Alright, what's the problem?
X cubed minus 125 over x cubed plus 125
Times
x squared minus 5x plus 25
over.
x squared minus 25.
So x minus 5 times x squared plus 5x plus 25. And you know, all you got to do now is just switch the signs. X plus 5, x squared minus 5x plus 25 times x squared minus 5x plus 25 over x plus 5, x minus 5. And the x minus 5 cancel. And the x minus 5x cancels. And that leaves you with x squared plus 5x plus 25 over x plus 5 quantity squared, or x squared plus 5x plus 25 over x squared plus 10x plus 25, or x squared plus 5x plus 25 over x plus 5 times x plus 5. Any one of those answers.
Don't stall that.
Huh?
Just don't stall that.
No, because this is the one that worked in the other two rooms that wouldn't work. You write her an email so I can tell her that this room is working. So we're going to try to use this room if it's okay with you, if it's okay with her. Sorry about all this.
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
All right, so I think we only got a couple more sections before we finish this section. And I don't think it's that detrimental as far as new material, because I think the only two sections left are pretty much application type problems and equations. So what we'll do is pull up those two. And you need to be working on the homework. After the only new material I'm going to show you is today, which is solving equations. And after that, you're pretty much on your own for the homework, because the last section is just applications. So that means we're talking about a test probably toward the end of the week, or, you know, starting sometime toward the end of the week. I can't remember. Is this chapter 6?
Yes.
And I think 6.6 is the section for solving equations. Which all you got to remember Well, I'll show you some pre-algebra problems that you learned and learned how to fix. Just multiply through by the common denominator. Simple as that. Let me just find an example and then I'll compare it to a pre-algebra problem. Alright, let's take this example right here. Now you don't have to do it yet. We're not going to do it yet. I just want you to look at it. That problem right there. Now, back in pre-algebra, a long time ago, you were probably given something like this. X minus 1/4 is equal to 12. And you were told to bring the 1/4 over, or you were told to multiply through by what? No. The common denominator of 4, 1, and 1. What's the common denominator of 1, 4, and 1? Multiply by 4 over 1. Put the baby step in there. And when you multiply through by the common denominator, what does it do to the fraction? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm used to saying common denominator. What does that do to the fraction? It will always cancel the fraction. And that's why you multiply through by the common denominator. And any teacher worth their salt should have showed you that way back in pre-algebra. So, what's 4 times x?
4x.
Minus is equal to... Now, I would much rather work with this problem than work with this problem. Alright? So, then you finish it however you want to. Multiply through by common denominator, and that will clear any fractions and make the problem a whole lot less intimidating. Now the difference in the problems we were doing before is this. And I was just getting you to put it over a common denominator. So let's go over that right quick. .2 through 6.5, you were doing this. X minus 1/4. And 6.6 and 6.7 probably, I don't know what 6.7 is probably a conglomeration of everything. You'll have x, well let's just say 6.6.
I think 6.7 is the work problem.
It is, but it uses half of this and half of this, so I'm not going to say 6.7 yet. X minus 1/4 is equal to 7. Alright, that's the difference between the two. And this is very important because you're going to forget this when you're doing your homework and you're going to say, I'm getting confused. This has no equal sign, so you're what? You're simplifying it. Alright? That means you're putting it over one denominator. 4. 1 will go into 4 times, that would be 4x. 4 will go into 4 one time, 1 times 1 is 1. So that is a simplification of this. Basically, you're putting it over one denominator. And this, you're multiplying through by the common denominator, which is 4 over what? Just like 4 over 1. And you get 4 over 1, 4 over 1, 4 over 1, x over 1, 1 over 4, 7 over 1. And 4x minus 1 is equal to 28. And see, this one, see here, you stop. Here, you what? You keep going and solve. Okay? So that's the difference between the first part of what we were doing and now we're doing this. So in 6.6, you're going to clear the fraction, and then you're going to what? Solve. A good portion of your test is going to be made up of this, but this is real simple. Okay? So let's take example, this one right here. X over 6 minus x over 8 is equal to 12. 1/12. So I want you to clear the fraction. Now, some of you are going to multiply by some BA number. You're going to multiply 6 times 8 times 12. No, that's not what you're supposed to do. And if you don't know that, then you need to just stop, because that's not what you're going to need to do. So, other of you know how to find the common denominator, and that's fine. But if you don't know how to find the common denominator, just wait. Downloads. Save. Okay. And tools, let's see. Insert media. Downloads. Okay, so here's our problem. And we want to find the common denominator. Now, when you have numbers in the common denominator, as I said before, 6, 8, 12, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and sometimes 13. Of course, we're going to divide by 2 because most of you know those are even numbers. So 2 will go in there 3 times, 4 times, and 6 times. 2 again. This comes down. 2 and 3. Oops. And then 3. That's 1. That comes down. And 1. And then what's our objective? To have all what? Ones. So that comes down as 1, 1, and that comes down as 1. So we're done. And there is your common denominator. Let's see. 4 times 6 is what? 24. So 24 is your common denominator. So we'll multiply through by 24 over 1. I know you haven't. It's not a standard.
I remember doing the common denominator.
Yeah, but it was much more complicated.
You have this little tree.
Yeah, and that confused people. That's a standard.
I don't remember doing that. I just remember just multiplying and see all.
Well, a lot of people go 6 times 8 times 12, and they do like 48, and it's twice, and then you don't what? You don't reduce at the end, and you get the problem wrong. That's what a lot of people do.
Can you explain that chart?
Huh?
Can you explain that chart?
Yeah. You always use these numbers. These are what numbers? Prime numbers. You always use these. Chances are 95% of the time, one of these is going to go into a number. Okay? Put the numbers right here. And your objective is to get all one. Okay? So you pick a number. Well, all 3 of these are prime. I mean, even. So you say 2. 2 will go into 6 3 times. 2 will go into 8 4 times. 2 will go into 12 6 times. And then you say, okay, well, there's still a 4 and a 6, so I'm going to divide 2 into those 2. I'm going to bring the 3 down because 2 won't go into 3. So I just bring it down. And then I divide 4 and 6. I divide those right there. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then I say, well, there's 2 3s right here, so I need to divide by 3. So I divide by 3. The 2 comes down because I can't divide 2 by 3, so it comes down. And then I see these 2 1s, I say, well, heck, all I got to do is divide by what? 2. And then when you get all 1s, this is your common denominator. And you could have divided by the 3 first, you could have divided by whatever. But you use these numbers right here.
And then you multiply.
That's your common denominator. So, baby step, 24 over 1, 24 over 1, 24 over 1. x over 6 minus x over 8 equals 1 over 4. And now you just do your math. 6 going 24. And do 4x. 8 will go into 24. And 24 divided by 12. I would much rather deal with this than have to deal with that.
I did the different way, that's why.
That's fine.
Okay.
4 minus 3x is? X is equal to 4. Again, this is a simple problem. We're starting off very small. So let's move up so we can discourage you as much as possible. There you go. Now you're talking my language. You ever notice how beer makes a different sound than Coke when you open it? You never noticed that? It does. Makes a different sound totally.
I'd rather have Coke than beer, though.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, it does.
It does. It makes
It's
a different
'cause it's
sound.
lighter than-
And it makes a more of a deep. It makes more of a deep than a psh. It goes psh. Okay, I'll shut up. I'm not very good
Unless you
with.
shake it off.
Well, then you're wrong for that.
Yeah.
All right, let's find one that's a little bit more challenging. No, that one's not challenging. Okay, now we get into some. Let's go back to the previous page. There we go.
Right.
Yeah, that one right there, that one probably discouraged you, so we're going to snip that one out. I don't like the word snip. Let's see. Snip.
Don't Google it.
Huh?
You might not like what you see.
What happened? Did I hit something?
Don't shut it down. Shut it down.
How did I do that? Okay. Snip. Okay, where's my problems? Don't tell me I lost my problems.
Yeah, exit out. You snipped it in the butt.
Be quiet. Let's see. I'm glad we're toward the end of the chapter. Let's see. Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I'm about ready to quit. I have tried to have class this morning and Friday, and it just seems like everything I do. What? I didn't hear what you said.
Feel bad for the ones that are not here.
Yep, they're gonna be lost. Well, that's what the videos are for that nobody watches.
I have watched it.
I know you have.
My 2-year-old watched it with me. He says, "Mommy, I'm learning how to do that." I mean, my 5-year-old, not the 2-year-old.
Okay, well that's good. Okay, let's snip. Like that word. You know, there's some words you don't like.
Yes.
I don't like the word.
I want to see it.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right. So, here is our problem. I don't want to use that either. Let's go back to here. And I have to go to the whiteboard. It won't let me insert unless I'm in the whiteboard. All right, there's our problem. Common denominator is what?
X plus 2.
Good job. So you're going to multiply by x plus 2 over 1. You got to remember, that's a 1 right there. So I'm going to multiply by x plus 2 over 1. And 1 over 1. Put a baby step in there. And what do you get? Well, x plus 2 in parentheses plus, oh my, look at that,
Oh, wow.
equals. Now I'd much rather work with this than work with this. So you take your handy dandy problem mover and you move the problem up. And then you shrink it a little bit. And then you continue. There's a 1 here, so I'm going to distribute that 1. That's just a technicality. But there might be a -3 here, there might be a 4 here. You got to learn to do this. So 1x plus 2 plus 3x is equal to -6. And what's 1x plus 3x?
4x.
Oh, it's so smart. You are not only a good-looking class, but you're a smart class. Okay, guys, y'all not good looking. Y'all feel the same way about me. All right. 4x is equal to -8. Divided by 4. And x is equal to -2. And if you wanted to check it, what would you do?
But if I get to it,
Well, I'm sorry, but the answer is no solution.
what?
Why?
Does that be -8 plus 2?
Nope. What would happen up here?
It'd be zeros on the bottom.
And you can't have,
Zeros on the bottom.
because even the calculator, the almighty calculator cannot divide by 0. So, we got to put a rule in here. Rule. When solving complex rational equations, CRE, complex rational equations, you have to check, and I'm going to put check in quotation marks because you all know what that means. Plug the answer what? Back into the equation to test for what? Validity. Yeah, I looked it up before class. And if you plug -2 in and you get something that causes a problem, like 0 in the denominator, then your answer is no solution. So you would mark through the x is equal to -2, and your answer is no solution. I tell me why this stuff is difficult. Because some people just don't have fantastic teachers. That's basically it. I'm being funny. All right. No, I'm not. Let's do a nerd. Let's do one that will discourage you and cause you to quit school. Yeah, let's do it. Good. I've done my job. God, they don't give you much examples, do they? Let's start off simple. Let's do 20, let me snip. Let's do this. All right, y'all do that one. And if you can't do it, like I said, just mark it up as I suck. Yeah. What's 12 times 9? 108.
Yes. Question.
No.
Yeah.
What?
When we are moving x's from one side to the other, is it best to keep them positive or does it matter?
Keep them positive, yes.
Okay.
Now you can combine like terms and get a negative and then move it over, but after you combine like terms, that's when I usually move it over if I have to. Now the first thing I would do is I would change everything to a fraction, and that's for somebody that's intimidated. In other words, you look at this problem, you go, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. You know the feeling. First thing you should do is x plus 2 over 5 minus 1 over 1 equals x minus 2 over 4. And then if you have to go back to the drawing board, 1, 4, 5, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and sometimes 13. Because you as well as I know, when anxiety takes over, you forget. And you just don't know how to do anything. Now, I'm just not saying that this one is a freak out, but if you ever find yourself freaking out on one of these, first thing to do, change everything to a fraction. Then go find the common denominator. So I'm going to divide by 2. I get a 1, a 2, a 5. Divide by 2. I get a 1, a 1, a 5. Divide by 5. I get a 1, 1, 1. Look at there. What's 4 times 5?
20.
And you're multiplying by 20 over 1. So 20 over 1. 20 over 1. 20 over 1. And you're going to multiply by x plus 2, that's 5. 1 over 1. X minus 2 over 4. So that's going to give you 4, 20, and 5. And then your x plus 2.
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
X minus 2. 4x plus 8 minus 20 is equal to 5x minus 10. X minus 12 is equal to 5x minus 10. 4x comes over. Have a heart attack because you put the x on the right hand side. I don't know why you have a heart attack, but x minus 10 brings the 10 over. X is equal to negative 2. A lot of people say when I say that, well, you weren't worried about the negative 12 or the positive 10. You weren't worried about it. No. Have I ever said anything about making the number positive? You have two objectives in algebra. One, get the variable, what? By itself. And if all possible, try to keep it what?
Positive.
Positive. That's your two objectives. I didn't say anything about the number. The number is like a tail on a kite. Where the kite goes,
The tail
the
goes.
tail goes. Where the variable goes,
The negative.
the number goes. This is the kite, that's the tail. It's not the other way around. This does not follow this. This is the kite. And that's all you're worried about. Oh my God, the X is on the right. The X is on the right. Oh, that's better. Oh, whatever. Jody and Susie can switch sides on the seesaw. Jody has to stay on the left until he's 21 years old. He has to stay on the left. And when he's 21, he has to stay on the right hand side. No matter what. If he just goes on the left hand side, he'll blow up. Some of these teachers. And there are some teachers that teach that. You cannot take it on the left hand side. You cannot take it on the right hand side. Whatever. All right, so that's a easy problem. Here's one that's not so easy. All I can tell you on this one is be careful and remember the rule. When you're trying to find a common denominator, always use the highest what? Exponent, Hubert. That's right, class. missing today?
For that,
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
Okay, Miss Burdette is a loser. And Mr. Snyder is a loser. Who else? Let's see, 3, 6, Turner. Yeah, she had an emergency. She texted. Oh, help desk. Closing the ticket. I don't do no good. Y'all need to come fix the dadgum Promethean. But anyway. Okay, they changed our room. So hopefully that'll work. Hopefully this room will work. If not, we'll move to another room. Alright, first thing on this one is factor. And because trinomial is worthless unless you what? Factor it. So 4 over t minus 3 plus 2t over t minus 3 is equal to 12 over t minus 3 what? Squared. So we take our handy dandy red marker and we multiply by t minus 3 what? Squared over 1. Because we know whenever we want to find the common denominator, we always use the highest exponent. So the highest exponent is what we're going to multiply through by. So I'm going to take my handy dandy baby step. And put the rest in. And take our handy dandy blue marker. And that t minus 3 will cancel with one of these. And that'll leave t minus 3 times what? 4. Plus, that t minus 3 will cancel with that. And that'll be a 2t times t minus 3 is equal to, what happens to these two guys? And that leaves
12.
And I would much rather work with this. So distribute. And that gives you 4t minus 12 plus 2t squared minus 6t is equal to 12. Take your handy dandy problem maker smaller? Y'all got one of those, right? Ooh, I hit the wrong one. Whew. There we go. Anyway. And that'll give us 2t squared minus what? So I'm going to bring that 12 over here, and that'll be 2t squared minus 2t minus 24. What's the first rule of factoring? Factor out a common what? Term, Hubert. That's right, class. Remember FOCT, don't pronounce it?
FOCT.
Factor out a common term. Just don't pronounce it. Remember me showing y'all, do not pronounce it, FOCT, and then I said, I tried to change it, and then I said, just don't pronounce either one of them. All right, factor out a common term. So 2 is equal to 0, and t squared minus t minus 12 is equal to 0, and that's untrue. So reverse FOIL. Then go forward and 3. You got to have a -4 and a positive 3, and that gives you a -3 and a positive 4. So you look back at your, cannot use negative, well you can use -3, that's okay. So both of those answers are correct. And the reason you use -3 is -3 minus 3 gives you what?
6.
There's nothing wrong with -6 in the denominator. Now if that was a positive 3, then you'd have problems. You take out the 3 and the answer would be just 4. That's a good test question. Huh? I think I'll give y'all 50 of these. And that way y'all will fail.
Well, as long as you give 50 of these and no word problems.
Oh no, I'm going to give you 50 word problems too.
How do you do? I don't like the reading.
What? Whenever I hover over one of the, I'm a stalker, that's fine. Whenever I pull up the attendance and I hover over somebody, it pulls it up. I don't want it to pull it up. I don't know why it does it, but I guess it's for the stalker teachers. I don't know. Huh? Let's pull up people. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's what everybody says. All right, y'all ready to snip again? Let's snip. Huh? What are y'all talking about?
The pictures that you just were pulling up.
It's when you got your sugar on there.
Yeah.
But I really don't think
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay,
they are. You're doing either.
I don't either. I think we ought to quit.
So how should we be more than that?
I worked. I baled hay.
I played cornhole all weekend.
I hate that word.
Cornhole?
I hate that word.
That's what I did all weekend.
I hate that word. It just doesn't sound right.
Why?
It just doesn't sound right.
That's what I did. It makes you do some shelves.
You did what? You moved.
I hung pictures and shelves yesterday.
I hung pictures in my house so it don't look like a bachelor pad. I got pictures. Now I got to get some curtains because that's where my bachelor pad really shows. I don't have curtains. I got to get me some curtains.
I just have to
Huh?
My boyfriend's place is so we don't have curtains.
Yeah, I got to do something
So
because I don't want it to
The
look.
wall wall, right?
Yeah, my walls are eggshell blue.
My house looks like something that's converted on outside and inside.
Then you must live in the house on Whitehall Road, right across from the old. That's the Mexican house where I'm from. Right across from the old West Anderson water place. There's a, I guess you'd call it a southeastern type home. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. I live right by it.
Yeah. And every time I think of a Mexican house, that's where I think of, because that's the only house in West Anderson that looks like that.
Yeah.
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel.
First of all, what are you going to do? Factor. Two over x minus 2 plus 1 over x plus 4 equals x over x and 4 and 2. Duh. Probably a positive 4 and negative 2. Look at that. So the common denominator is,
X minus 2 x plus 4.
there you go. So you take your handy dandy red baby step marker and you multiply by x minus 2 times x plus 4 over 1. Let's do it. Copy. And really? I mean, really? Gonna put one there. One there. Trying to save myself a lot of life. Say again? I had a feeling it's bugging somebody. I just waiting for somebody to say, you know, you got to erase that bracket.
No, it wasn't say anything. It was just driving me insane.
All right. Things I do to try to get across points across the wall. I tell you, I'm just a reflection of it. Plus 1 over x plus 4 equals x over x minus 2 times x plus 4. And that leaves us with what over here? And what happens here? See, sometimes you'll have something in front of the denominator instead of a 1. And it does make a difference. So that's going to be 2x plus 8 plus 1x minus 2 is equal to x. Then we're going to take our handy dandy reducer. Sounds like some kind of ray gun, doesn't it? Take our handy dandy reducer and reduce that. And that's going to give us 2x plus 1x is what?
3x, yeah.
8 minus 2 is,
6.
bring that x across the river. 2x plus 6 is equal to 0. FOCT. Two is equal to 0, untrue statement. X plus 3 is equal to 0. Negative 3 is a possible answer. Look up here. Can you put negative 3 back in? Yes. So negative 3 is your answer. Now let's take a look at some of your online questions. If that don't discourage you enough. Let's see if we can find a good discouraging problem. We already did one like that. That was the first one we did out of the book. Let me show you something here. That problem we just skipped. Right here. This is good. Or, let's see. I'd like to find one that's, well, yeah, a lot of people say, well, Hubert, why don't you just cross multiply? Why don't you just say y minus 5 times y minus 7 equals 2 times y minus 7? Well, I could do that, and then I could teach y'all two rules. Cross multiplication and multiply through by the denominator. Or I could just teach you one rule, and you don't have to worry about two rules. Now, what's best? One rule. So I teach you clear the denominator, period. I don't teach cross. Now, most of you know how to cross multiply, and that's fine. And it's fine when you're trying to solve an equation and you see it's a direct proportion and you cross multiply. That's fine. But this ain't the time to do cross multiplication. This is the time to show you how to clear the denominator. Okay? So that's why I don't show cross multiplication in this section. Now, if we do a future section, chapter 7, 8, or 9, and we set up a problem in its direct proportion, I'm going to say, okay, y'all remember cross multiplication? You can cross multiply. And that's fine. But I don't do it here. Trying to show you another test question. That was a good test question we just did. We've done one like that out of the book. Just except it had two different. Let's see. We've done one like that. This computer is running very slow, but I'm not complaining. That's the same denominator, so mine's slow. We haven't. I'm not doing that yet. I don't know why that's there. Okay. Maybe I forgot something. Okay, there's one. There's a test question. Work on that one. Blow it up a little bit, Dana, so everybody can see it. Work on that. Now, what's the common denominator? Well, we got to do some factoring.
20x plus 2x minus 2.
I have no idea. So, lay it down a little bit down, please. So, first thing I'm going to do is rewrite it. So that's 3 over 5 times x plus 2 plus 4 over, I'm sorry, I'm just getting part 4 fours. 1 over 4 times x plus 2 equals 1 over x plus 2 times x minus 2. Oops, supposed to be an x minus 2. I saw it before you did. It's not a mistake if I saw it. X. Besides, she wouldn't have said it was a mistake and spelled it this. How did you get that? That's what she says. How did you get that? So, you're wrong. All right, so the common denominator, as you said, I think, 20 times x plus 2 times x minus. So, you take your handy dandy red marker, multiply by 20 times x plus 2 times x minus 2. Now I realize that the baby step can be a pain, but some people may need it, especially when they spaz out on a test. So, you know, that's just something that might help you out. Yeah, I'll take it. So nobody will spaz out, I'm going to erase the bracket and then I'll copy this so they won't spaz out on me. Yeah. Put your head in the way. So 3 over 5 times x minus plus 2 plus 1 over 4 times x minus 2 equals 1 over x plus 2 times x minus 2. And another reason I show the baby step all the time is because I'm trying to show y'all that this is not what? No, it's not difficult. Because basically this part is the easy part, right? You just what? You just cancel out. And I'm trying to show y'all that it's not rocket science. So what's 4 times x minus 2 times 3?
12x minus 24.
Okay, 12 times x minus 2, and you're going to distribute. This is 5 times 1 is 5 times x plus 2. I'll do this one for you.
That was large.
20. Well, x minus 24 plus 5x plus 10 is equal to 20. 12x plus 5x is 17x. Negative 24 plus 10 is negative 14. Is equal equal to 20. Bring that over, dang old 34, dang old 2. Can 2 go up here? Ding! Duh.
Well, you still got the 4, so,
4 times 0 is what?
0, never mind, sorry.
Bam! So, no what? No
Solution.
solution. So you go down to your choices and you say, well, there's no solution. So you hit B. And you feel good about yourself because your confidence is very high. And you can wear pink shirts. Okay. So that, huh? All right, negative 14, bring it over. That becomes what? Positive 14 plus 20 is what? 34 divided by 17 is? But 2 will not work because of this one right here, and it'll give you a dang old 0 here also. Why do people miss this type problem? Does anybody want to take a guess? They don't plug it back in and check. That's when they get it wrong. And then they fuss at me because I mark it wrong. I don't mark it wrong, the computer does. It's my fault. I love my job. I cannot believe that they're going into this. I don't know where that came from. Let me look in the book. It is? Yeah, but it's out of sequence. It shouldn't be. I mean, there's a whole unit on graphing in this book. I mean, on the syllabus. I don't understand why it's. There are functions and graphs right there. Okay, we're going to ignore that section because we're going to go over that. But I'm not. I mean, it just goes. It's like changing horses in midstream. They have a what?
A squirrel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even see. It's not even in here. Where? It's in the homework, but it's not in the. See, it's not in the lesson. Do y'all see what I'm talking about? So we're not gonna. I think somebody messed up. Okay, we're not going to worry about graphing. Don't worry about those homework problems. I can't take them off right now, but we're not going to worry about them right now. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about the points. I'll take care of them later, okay? Just because Miss Skelnick's not going to let me forget, and Miss Ward's not going to let me forget. All right, so we all are covered. By the end of the semester, I'll take care of those points. Just don't do them. Unless you just want to, and if you want to, that's fine, but just don't get mad if you get them wrong. All right, let's look at the next section. And I'll tell you what is test question material in 6.7. Yeah, involving work, anything involving work.
No, I hate reading.
Okay, well, just don't read.
Yeah, and then.
Don't read.
Yeah, but you have to read to understand what these are.
I'm looking over right quick. Okay. All right. Guarantee you're going to understand these when you get through. I guarantee you. Okay, you want to make a bet? Why? Because I'm fantastic, that's why. All right. Brian and Reba volunteer in a community garden. Brian can mulch a lawn in 8 hours, and Reba can mulch a garden alone in 10 hours because she does a much better job. They just don't want to put that in there. How long will it take the two of them working together, blah, 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 blah. All right. One thing you need to remember about work is right here, the work principle. So go ahead and write it down. T over A plus T over B is equal to what? Excuse me. That's what I want you to realize. T over 1, or T over A plus T over B is equal to 1. T over the guy plus T over the girl is equal to 1. Because they're always going to give you a guy and a girl, and most of the time, the girl is going to be able to do the better job, or she's going to be able to do it quicker. Most of the time. Very rarely do they let the guy have the credit of doing it quicker, or he does it sloppier and fast. No, the books have gotten better. They used to be real bad. They used to say stuff like, and John is lazy and he takes longer to do, you know, they used to get real bad. And it was always the guy. So I guess it was a feminist that was writing the questions. But anyway. So let's go back to the question. There it is. Brian and Reba volunteer in a community garden. Brian can mulch the garden alone in 8 hours. So 1/8. He can do the job in 1/8 of an hour. And Reba can mulch the garden in 1/10. How long will it take the two of them to mulch the garden? So 1/8 plus, or T over 8 plus T over 10 is equal to 1. That's all there is to it. And that's what they should be doing. Yep, there it is. And there's your equation. Now, with what?
Nothing.
T over 8 plus T over 10 is equal to 1. So take your handy dandy white virtual screen and T over 8 plus T over. Alright, y'all come up here and write with this mouse.
Go ahead, you write on the board.
Be quiet. I'm sitting down. I'm being lazy. Equals 1. I never thought about that. Then that would be really lazy. All right. All right. So here we go. And what do you need to clear the fraction? Multiply through by the what? And the common denominator of 8 and 10 is 40. Baby step. And what's 40 divided by 8? 5t plus 4t, 9t. Now, are we asking for a unit of measurement? What are we trying to find? Is time a unit of measurement? Yeah, so we need to change that to a hiccup. T is equal to 4 and 4/9. Good. So it'll take them 4.5 hours pretty much to do the job together. Huh? What'd y'all say?
Nothing.
Now, how hard was that?
It's not one.
You're supposed to praise me and say that I'm a great teacher. Thank you. All right.
Attaboy.
That way I don't have to put smokestacks on my truck and wear sunglasses inside.
I can't help you with my prices.
No, midlife crisis is where you cruise them all at 40.
And you buy a little boomerang.
Yeah. No, you got to buy.
Mom Miata.
No, you got to buy a motorcycle.
Oh.
But now everybody's buying motorcycles. That's been the fad for the last 10 years. So after motorcycles die out, which it's dying out very soon, and then it'll be something else. Corvette. You gotta buy a Corvette. Huh?
We went to the park last semester.
Uh-huh.
There's like 20 crotch rockets and we go in and 70-year-old man couldn't bend over and pick his keys up. He was trying one of the crotch rockets.
Oh, well. How do we get on? This is 6.6. Well,
It doesn't want to do it.
no. Let's see what this one says.
Priority 1 message coming in.
It takes manual 9 hours longer than it does Zoe to rebuild an engine.
Really? What?
Yeah.
Okay. Some women can.
Working together, they can do the job in 20 hours. How long would it take each working alone to rebuild an engine?
I quit.
Remember, everything is T over A plus T over B is equal to 1. Now in this case, working together, then instead of 1, it's going to be what? 20. So you know that the right side is going to be 20. Okay, they're doing it a different way, but that's fine. We can do it that way. So your T is going to be 20, not your 1. Your T is going to be 20. We're doing it from the... So write this down, and then we'll do it.
All of it?
No, just say manual 9 hours longer than Zoe. Rebuild engine. Together 20. How long will it take each? There you go. How about that? Does that help you out? Hate for y'all to have to write, 5 or 6 extra words.
Yeah, this is not even English class. Oh, I'm not writing this in words.
All right.
What,
Really? 20? What? How long you need? 20 more minutes or what? No, let's wait another half an hour.
Come on, give me 2 seconds.
God.
Jeez, so mean.
I know.
Okay, see, I'm done. I should have finished it. Come on. You go back up there now.
I forget it now.
Well, I'll never figure out the finish by myself, so.
All right, so
Sam here, that is.
let's see. It takes. Give me the Zoe. It only takes her X amount of hours. But retarded, what's his name? Who? Daniel. He don't know what he's doing. It takes him what?
Okay. 9 more.
9 hours longer. So 20 over X plus 9, that's Daniel, plus 20 over X, that's Zoe, is equal to 1. Now you could do it by setting it equal to 20, and then it would just be 1 over, but that's what I was going to do, but you don't have to. Huh?
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's how I usually show it. So multiply by, well, yeah, but then you'd have big numbers. So I'm going to multiply by, we're going to multiply by the common denominator, which would be what? X times X plus 9. X times X plus 9 over 1. And I'm going to put an X times X plus 9 over 1 here. I'm trying to condense the baby step. X times X plus 9 over 1 here. And that's going to give me 20x plus what? 20 times X plus 9 is is equal to x times x plus 9. $20x plus 20x plus 180 is equal to x squared plus 9x. And we'll finish it tomorrow.
Suspense is something.
Well, you can finish it. And it's in the book. You can check it after you do it. All right, y'all get out of here. Let me stop the video and then I'll load it up on the website for y'all.